Hey. Yeah. I wanna be better than I was before the program is opening doors. It's a new way of life, I want bend, break or fold. I stay in the race, chasing gold.
Of course, Crystal Love, my co-host part. And that's Judge Thomas G. Jones, Precinct 1, Place 1 down there. And we got Pastor right here is running for JP spot, right?
That's correct.
In Collin County, right?
That's right.
Oh, man, we got a great show. And I asked Judge Jones to come because I knew y'all were coming. And Judge Jones, I'm just so grateful for him. He's, since I met him, just been a great support, and that's just great. We just love it. Yeah. We just loving it there. Yeah. So, Tanya, come on, Judge.
That's all I'm going out on Georgia.
Tanya, I know you had something you want to discuss. Mm-hmm. So throw out for the
question. I got so much to discuss. Can I first just kind of
yeah.
pivot a little bit? So this is something that we haven't talked about. I haven't talked about yet on the show. I am the working with the Texas Coalition of Black Democrats. Collin Denton chapter specifically is the one I'm president over. Pastor Urban Barrett is on the executive team. He's one of the members of the executive team. Mm-hmm. And along with several others, we have two other candidates that are running from the team for Justice of the Peace positions.
Sure.
So I know you're JP3.
JP3, Collin County. Yes.
JP3. We have two other members, one that's running for JP2 in Collin County, Darcel Johnson. And then we have another one in Denton County, place 6. So that tells you how much emphasis we're placing on this Justice of the Peace position. We really want to make sure that we're getting the right people in these positions, right. Because, as we talk about all the time, you are more likely to encounter a Justice of the Peace court than any other court or any other, local government anyway. Right. Any other thing in local government. So it's important that we have the right type of people. And by the right type of people, I mean those like Judge Jones and Pastor Barrett that are going to render decisions that are fair, that are wise, that are merciful. And then there are options, explore options for those people. So one of the questions I want to throw out is to Pastor Barrett first. What is it that you would do in this position? What do you bring to this position that's different than what we're seeing right now? And I'm specifically talking about in that JP3 race.
Excellent question. First and foremost, putting people first, having compassion and concern for people, recognizing that people are hurting, people are going through. It's a difficult time for everybody. Not just for some people, it's a difficult time for everybody. Right. And those that are experiencing some extenuating circumstances, they need compassion. Right. They need love. They need someone who understands where they're coming from. And so my 34 years of pastoring, 40 years, I hate to use those numbers, but it's true, 40 years of being in ministry has equipped me for such a time as this. Dealing with people at their worst, dealing with people when they're going through, families in crisis, individuals in crisis. I'm a hospice chaplain as well, which has given me a totally different side of ministry, right. Dealing with people during their final moments. It has shaped me to have compassion. It has shaped me to have a level of concern for people that the average person probably would not have. My wife tells me I probably develop a little too much patience, but I think that it's a virtue that we need, especially in positions when we're dealing with people's livelihood, we're dealing with families, we're dealing with very delicate situations surrounding the students and truancy issues, a person with compassion is needed in those positions. That's what I bring to the table. That's what I bring to the position.
Excellent.
And Judge John, as somebody, you're already doing this, and I know we've talked about this. You've been on here before. Okay, we get the kumbaya, we get the we are the world. One of my main things, and I'm not belittling anything. First, let me see. I'm not belittling anything. One of my things is, and I know I was probably taught this or something. Before we get to that point, what can we do before we get to that point, Judge? And I know we talked about it before about different programs and things y'all have in precinct 1. So what is something we might can do before we even get to that point?
Well, some of the things that we currently do not have to acknowledge. Constable Gully, who's our constable, and my colleague Judge Nash. And one of the things that we do, we try to make ourselves where we are available to the people in the community before campaign time. And you'll see all of us during campaign season, but as soon as the campaign is over with, we go back into our cubbyhole to being ourselves. And so we have been able in precinct 1 to coin the phrase precinct 1 working together to get the job done. We can't do it by ourselves. And I try to make the point that I'm convinced that God put us here for a reason. We need to know what that reason is and get busy doing it. People are hurting. And so what we've done in precinct 1, we've gotten involved with the ministers. We've gotten involved with the school district, the DeSoto School District, the Dallas School District, Duncanville. And so we've gotten involved, and we take ours. I could go sit on that bench, which I've been doing for the last 34 years, and not go outside those doors until campaign time. But we know that the position that we hold, we are blessed to be in these positions. And so what we have done, we have reached out to the community, and we call it beyond the bench. I'm sitting on the bench, but beyond the bench, people are hurting. Beyond the bench, people need help. They need assistance. And so we have fashioned that. Once again, when I say we, Judge Nash and Constable Gully, we have fashioned that where that we go to the businesses. People come in and for whatever reason can't pay their rent. I don't have the money to pay the rent, but I can point, this is where you need to go. We have agencies that we refer families to. We have the food bank, the North Texas Food Bank that give out food, Reverend Epps, every Wednesday. He's giving out, feeding more than 700 families. We are part of that. Well, we have to pass the food out, and so it has to be beyond the bench if you're going to be impactful and effective in the community.
And I'm gonna start with Crystal down there. And Tony, me, you talked about this earlier when we look at all the unfairness that's going on, especially against us people of color. People of color, and it was always something different until you experience it yourself. Like the Hispanic family that was working on our backyard. Someone called ice on them. And so when you experience, I've been watching on the news, then when it hit home for you, it's a different feeling. So what can we do? And we are, we solution based when we come on this show. We solution based, and everybody's perception and idea is valid. So when we see this unfairness, what in your mind, and individually, what are we doing? What can I do? I see this. I don't know what to do. It's just me. Do I find somebody to reach out to first? Do I get like-minded people? Do we need to get on radio and TV, or just, well, I feel this way about it. Somebody feels strong when I do, and somebody don't feel. Somebody just apathetic, don't even care. So I'm starting with you, Chris. We're gonna come down the line. So how do you feel about that?
Research first. I was gonna say vote,
Mhm.
but a lot of times people like me and Tanya was talking earlier. A lot of people, especially in my age group and younger, just don't vote because I had a conversation with somebody last week and they just feel like they vote don't matter. They feel like white America's gonna do what they want to do anyway. I said, well, you don't know that unless you vote, and your vote do matter because if my vote, your vote, and somebody else vote, they all add up. Every vote got a different number on it.
Mhm.
And I said, and if you don't know what to vote or who to vote for, or nothing about voting, do like I did. ChatGPT some questions. You got to research and find out for yourself. I know getting on Facebook or getting on social media, ranting and raving and joining in with the chaos, that's not the solution and the answer at all. You know what I'm saying? But education is the key. You got to educate yourself and then reach out for help.
Right. Come on, Judge.
Well, Miss Christie mentioned voting. It's really important that we let our community know that come November the 3rd, that's voting day. However, we cannot wait until November the 3rd comes. We have to start providing information to our community, to the constituents that we serve, and to get people to understand that this is war. If you look at it, a guy named Tyrone Davis said, if I could turn back the hands of time.
You be going back.
Listen,
Tad bit familiar.
this is what these people are doing now, turning back the hands of time, trying to take us back to where we don't want to go. But the only way you stymie that and then you defeat that is that you get out and vote, and have our community to understand. Yeah, we voted back in May, but we got to go back in November. We've got to do this job, and I think one way you can get that point out is that somebody said it was so nice you got to do it twice, and make a staple of the staple singer said, let's do it again.
Yeah.
So we've got to do it again on November the 3rd. If not, these Republicans, and Pastor, you know what's scary?
What's that?
We have some black people claiming to be Republicans,
Yes.
and this guy,
Hispanics too.
Yeah.
but you're right. But I'm more concerned about us.
Because we should know better.
Yeah, we
Right.
should know better. That's the point. We should know better. This guy got one or two black in a distance. I think they look black. Got one or two of them in a distance and thinking that they would be exempt from hard economic times. But when they start laying off, we're the first ones to go.
Right.
And then they'll find out that this guy named Trump would trample on them like he's doing everybody else. Yeah. So we have to wake up.
I think we've become spoiled. We want what we want and we want it immediate. We want change, but we want 180 change immediately. And it doesn't happen that way. It happens step by step, program by program, initiative by initiative. It comes from uniting, coming together, being informed, voting, supporting one another, but recognizing that it's a process. We didn't get here overnight, and we're not going to correct it overnight.
Right.
Those who have become disenchanted, we've got to bring them back in. Those who are uninformed, we've got to continue to educate them. We have to recognize that, yes, we are up against a wall, but that doesn't mean that we need to surrender, wave the white flag, throw up our hands, and give up. I heard this a long time ago. Judge, you can appreciate this. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. You can't swallow it whole, but you surely can eat it one bite at a time. And if we recognize that there needs to be a process in place, we elect good people, we begin to bring about a change in our community, change in our culture, then we can get some things accomplished. That's the only way it's going to happen. But if we're standing on the outside, spending more time on Facebook and social media talking about the issues as opposed to getting involved and getting at the table. That's the reason why I decided to run. I wanted to be a change maker.
Mhm.
I wanted to be involved. I want to actually be the one helping the community,
Yeah.
being the one that's making sure that we're holding people accountable
Mhm.
to what is needed and necessary. And the only way that we can do that is by being at the table.
Thank you for stepping up.
Mhm.
Thank you. Thank you both for stepping up and doing this work. I know for me, everything that you said, I mean, is what I would say. Crystal, you have to be informed.
Mhm.
You have, and here's the thing, people are they want information quick. They want somebody to tell them what to do or tell them what it is. I need people to get out there and research how this affects you, right? It affects us differently. Like you said about the workers, that was personal to you.
Mhm.
There might be somebody that's not going to be affected in that way, but you're surely going to be affected.
Yeah.
And so you have to be able to research what does this do? What would this do for me? Like for my parents, Social Security is on the chopping block. They've
Right.
already said January 1st, we're going to, I forgot the word that Mike Johnson used, but they're going to redo something. They're going to cut it. Is what
Right.
they're going to do. Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid. Now, what does that cut look like? Could mean extending the age, whatever. We don't know what it is, but we don't want it.
Right.
We don't want it. So older people need to realize, and by older people, I'm talking about me,
Mhm.
that is, on the way to being able to, I would love to get a Social Security check, at least a few of them, because I've paid into the system for you. I've been working since 14. So we need to be pushing that message out to, Gen X and back. This affects you financially.
Mhm.
This is going to affect your pocketbook. And even if it doesn't affect you financially, because I've had some people say, oh, I plan very well. I have, $875,000 in this IRA and I have this. Okay, what do you have any parents or grandparents or aunts or uncles?
Right.
Because they're going to be affected. Are you going to use some of your 875
Mhm.
to go over there and help them with their household?
Yeah.
Because that's going to be
Right.
depleted very soon when you have to start stretching it among several different households.
Right.
Why wouldn't you want to make sure that we keep things in place to take care of our seniors,
Right.
number one, who have paid into this
Mhm.
this pot for years and were told that they would be taken care of and told that they would have insurance when it was time to go to the doctor, or God forbid they have a catastrophic illness like cancer.
Mhm.
They were told that they would be taken care of medically, and now all of a sudden, oh, we don't have any money. We don't have any money. So you have how many trillion? I forgot how many. A few trillion that they put into defense, but then you have a Navy ship that's floating around out there and they don't have no rash. They don't have no food. They don't have any, electricity. So we have people in place right now that are taking money from us as taxpayers and doing whatever they're doing with it, but they're not taking care of society.
Mhm.
So I think that we have to make sure that those messages are getting out to people
Mhm.
and that they understand. A lot of people they take for granted that they pay taxes and no, that's your money that you're supposed to get a return on.
Mhm.
You're supposed to be able to get that back in some form of service to you.
Mhm.
And so we got to make sure we're pushing the right messages. And then the thing is, I tell people, tailor your message. People like us who are doing this,
Mhm.
I can't go to this community and just start talking about, data centers
Mhm.
or something. Because they're like,
Right.
Yeah.
talking about what's that? How does it affect me?
Right.
You know what I mean? And then I can't go to rural America and talk about, all these other things. I need to talk to rural America and say, do you know that your congressman is supposed to be bringing you $20 million, a year back to your community so that you have a hospital and you don't have to drive from East Texas up to Dallas and die on the way home or on the way there? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Or did you know that your internet is not supposed to go out or your cell phone is not supposed to go out?
Mhm.
Your congressperson is supposed to be bringing money back to your congressional district to make sure you have the things that you need. No, they don't know that.
No.
Because we're not telling them.
Right.
We have to be responsible for telling people what affects them so that they will have a reason to get up and vote.
But
Go ahead.
and I hope the pastor really won't get too mad at me. People like the pastor and they're in a key position. That one thing about it that most of us black people look to the church.
Yes.
Yes.
And all the things that you mentioned that's negatively impacting our community that says that we need healing.
Yes.
And where do you go to get healing
To church.
to the hospital. Well, the church is the hospital for our community.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying to the pastor, he's in a key position. People look up to
Mm-hmm.
and listen for.
Mm-hmm.
And all of the major movements in our community have been led by the church.
By the church, that's right.
And that I guess I'm putting some pressure on the pastor here and saying that he's the one, at least in Collin County,
Mm-hmm.
that's running for office, that has a platform that every Sunday and whatever other time they meet at the church,
Mm-hmm.
spread the word through
Right.
the church.
Right.
You know, you don't have to tell people who to vote for, but you can tell the people who's for our community and who's not for our community.
Right.
And he has that platform where he can get the word out.
Exactly.
And
That's
I'm
exactly correct.
gonna take some of my word and I'm gonna put some more on it.
Please.
Same thing for the judge, same thing for all of us, because my position is a little bit more radical,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because I'm part of a program. In 1953, it was a radical idea.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, instead of us hiding, we're gonna get clean in public.
Mm-hmm.
When drug addicts couldn't even meet in public. Somebody came with a thought in 1953 with everything that was going on in this country. Hey, you know what? We ain't running and hiding. We gonna get clean. We gonna have meetings in public. Everybody gonna know about it. We're not gonna be under no police surveillance, none of that. You know, with everything that was going on in the United States of America, somebody said, man, no, we ain't doing it. We ain't running. We ain't, you know. So that's what we're gonna do now. And we keep talking about the church, and we talk about the church all the time. You know, none of the laws that benefited black people were changed just because we went up there and voted. No, it was due to civil unrest.
Right.
And as a people and as a community, we're gonna start putting our cowardice on Jesus Christ and religion.
Right.
All that, what would Jesus do? We don't know. We know what he's supposed to have said in that book, right? But Jesus Christ in that book was not a coward. He was not a coward. So we keep resorting to our religion or our whatever. No, look at it. When I say radical,
Mm-hmm.
every person, not a lot of black people, January 6th. So I be looking at the story. These white people went up there
That was
and
pretty
told them.
Yeah.
It's
Now,
crazy.
here go the radical part. Here go the radical part. Why come black people and say, hold up, man, this country was built on our ancestors. And that's the only government we got. Hey, man, who go up there and tell these white boys? See, that's radical.
That's real radical.
Right. And I was a young kid, but I watched this movie over and over, and I turned the movie on just to this one part. Superfly. When the brothers come to him,
Mm-hmm.
hey man, you said it dope in our community, man, and we trying to build a nation, we trying to build a people. And he say, man, you go get you a gun. Then when you get your come back to me and I get my gun, then we'll go up there and kill white together.
Mm-hmm.
Now they got quiet. See, it was all cool when you come to the brothers with the plan, but now when it's time to face the enemy, our cowards.
Mm-hmm.
We putting it on Jesus Christ. We leaving it to the church. And my man, Minister Farrakhan, yeah, say, why we keep begging white people to do for us what we got the power to do for ourselves?
Mm-hmm.
Right? But here's the issue. Somebody gonna sell out.
Mm-hmm.
We keep looking for celebrities. We keep looking for LeBron, Michael Jackson, and Denzel, and all these people. Well, throw us some money down here, and when have they ever?
Mm-hmm.
When did the Dallas Cowboys ever do some money? No clip. One more clip. They ain't never. Jerry Jones ain't gave no clip a dime. But we're supporting. That's our team for those of us who their team is. So I'm saying, I think it's past time. And this is where I could go to work Wednesday when I go back to work. And the director of the VA can say, Rich, you kind of radical, man. You got to make a decision. Goodbye. That's just where I am.
Right.
With this, because it's serious business.
Right.
Goodbye. I'm going to tell the VA goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to sue you on the way out. But I'm going to tell you goodbye. So I think it's past time. And we're going to always talk, this is our solution show.
Yeah.
But when we come back, I got to be saying, hey, this is what I did.
Mhm.
This is what I did in my community. You know, this is what I did.
Mhm.
Right.
Or plan to do.
Y'all plan to do. I got the platform. Right. And we're gonna have a lot bigger platform in the future.
Mhm.
So I need to get people on here.
Right.
Man, come,
Right.
you know, and,
Right.
we I don't know. I just see it as you know, say, man, all these damn trees in the way. I can't find the forest.
Mhm.
You know, that's what we
Right.
doing.
Right.
You know,
Right.
all these damn trees in the way. I
Right.
can't find the forest.
Right.
You know, and that's what we're doing.
Mhm.
You know, because as long as I can go on vacation, as long as I can stuff a little money in the bank, as long as I can eat good, as long as I can buy the clothes I need,
Right.
well, to hell with the next one.
What
Right.
people,
Uh,
you're right. I'm sorry.
I
No,
want to go ahead, Judge.
no, I just want to say, I want to thank, that's Crystal, right?
Mhm.
I wanted to thank Miss Crystal, while River was talking, she pulled my chair over. And when you were talking about the Lord,
I know, Judge. I know. No, Judge, we're gonna let you go. When we come back, we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna let you go pray. We'll take a quick. Say, y'all, we're gonna take a quick break and we'll be right back. All right, we're back and we're going to let Judge Jones and start out. Got something at the top of the show. Hey, we do not endorse or oppose any particular method of recovery or spiritual path. We simply share the programs and principles that have changed our lives. We are not here to debate, judge, or claim to have all the answers. We are not against church, religion, or anyone's personal beliefs. Our purpose is simple: to share our strength, our experience, and our hope, so others can find encouragement, growth, and a new way of life. Judge John, I know I got you there. I know you. I see you wriggling in your seat. You know, come on, Judge.
Not just in what them bold lightning.
Be like this.
I didn't know we were like that.
Think about seriously what you mentioned earlier, Dr. King, Stokely Carmichael, the Black Panthers. That's when we as a people, we didn't have that much. We were striving to get more. And finally, that this is Joan, nobody else probably thought about this the way I think about it. But one day, Anglo woke up and said, wait a minute, I know how to control them. Let him get in debt. Get a house note.
Right.
Buy that fancy car.
Right.
Buy that jewelry. And then when protest time comes,
You can't show his face.
you can't show his face. You're gonna go in the hide because if you lose that bowl, if you go out there and take that job from them.
Right. Right.
And then they don't want to lose that house.
Right.
They don't want to make that sacrifice.
Mhm.
They don't want to lose that fancy car.
Right.
They don't want to lose that jewelry. So therefore, they're silent. Look at the noise that the silent people are making.
Wow.
Right. I agree with you totally, and that's why I say our leaders can't be the black celebrities. It just can't be because they're silent, and it's different. The silence is different.
Yeah.
If we sitting up here waiting on LeBron to speak up for us, or Denzel, or Halle Berry, or whoever.
You brought up Michael Jackson. He didn't scream.
Yeah,
Like it didn't bother nobody.
yeah. I mean, I think it's past time. I think I'm just my experience. It's past time. Every time something happens, oh, let me run to the church house and pray to God. And, come out, Lord, Fire Baptist Church. We need to. Oh, look at what happened over here. That ain't solved that.
Well, let me
When I say solve the thing,
Yeah.
it may bring us together.
Yeah.
But it ain't solved.
Right.
Feeling
Right. We prayer is a tool, not a crutch.
Right.
We need prayer. Prayer is the thing that got us through struggles. Prayer is the thing that kept us from doing what we really wanted to do. Right? Prayer is the thing that continues to pacify us and encourage us. And so prayer is
I want
needed.
you to finish. I want to ask everybody, what does prayer mean to you? Come on, Chris. What is prayer? What is prayer? What does it mean to you? What does it do for you?
A lot. Something.
Why do you pray? Let me ask you, why do you pray?
Connection with God, for one. Connection with God. I feel like when I pray, that's me talking to Him, and of course, when I study, that's Him talking to me. So, prayer builds my connection and my relationship with Him,
Come on, Julie.
and it gives me a peace of mind.
Prayer is my way of communicating with God. You know, we've been sitting here talking about the church. That's a building.
Right.
The church is on the inside.
Right.
And there's one of them.
Right.
And God, to me, He communicates to me and through me. By the indwelling of the Holy Spirit. Right. And so, therefore, I always say you got to believe in what you pray for.
Right.
If you don't believe that God's going to deliver, then don't pray.
Okay. Hold on. Tanya, come on. So, I'll get back to you.
You know what? Without prayer, like you said, I might, because I own a gun. A few. Without prayer, I would be in a whole lot of trouble because prayer calms me.
Right.
Prayer focuses me. It redirects me. So there are some times when I just say, Lord, I don't even know, because I I don't have ADHD, but I can imagine what an ADHD brain probably feels like. There's a lot of stuff going on, and sometimes you can feel like that. There's so much going on. You got, injustice going on over here. You got people that are starving over here. You got, all these different things, and you're thinking about, how do we stop this? How do we do it? You got all this stuff in your mind, and then I go pray, and all of a sudden, it's like I feel like inside of me, somebody is picking up the files, put them in here. Let me put this back over here in this one. Now, you got that all out the way. Now now that you got all the clutter out the way, listen to me. This is what you need to do. And then I get instruction. So I said all that to say, it's a long way of saying, I get instruction. And I can go in and pray and don't add fasting with it. I can go in and pray and I can get a word and I'll just be like, I'm not doing it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see how I can make that work. And then go in and, of course, it's not, you mess up and you do some things that don't work, and you tweak it. But then all of a sudden it starts making sense and it starts working. So if I didn't have a history of things working out for me after I had earnestly prayed, I'd be like, man, but literally I know when I pray, I get calm, I get focused. I know it's another word that's out there that I'm trying to think of right now, but I'm going to stay with focus. And then once I get calm and get focused and shut out all the noise, then I get instruction. And I literally feel like I feel instructions being downloaded. And it's like, because it's really not me. I can tell it's like, I never thought of that one. That's a good one, Lord. Thank you. And then of course you got to go back and pray again. And Lord, okay, you gave me an idea. Now how do I implement that? I ain't got no money. I don't really know these people. Been praying about this event. You text me today. Do you know so and so? How you see what I responded? Call me. Because I've been trying to figure out how I was going to get somebody. Lord gave me this idea. You need to contact somebody very specific with this title. That's what you need to be able to make this work. Out of the blue has nothing. What he had said has nothing to do with it. Just ask me, do you know this person? I Googled. That's exactly who I need to know to do this thing that I've just been working on. I need you to connect me. That's what prayer does for me. Gives me instruction.
Well, I don't agree with none of y'all. Well, I've been telling you, he was talking about prayer, and this is the point I was getting at. Me, prayer for me, I'm asking God for something. To give me something, remove something. Right. My prayer is for, I believe, God has already something in store for me. I pray to get him to release that to me. So maybe he is, Rich, you ready? Rich, you ain't ready. Or wait, Rich. You know what I'm saying? Right? So now I can support what y'all talking about, right? But my personal belief is something totally different. So when somebody says go pray, I'm always, well, we pray. So now, because we got some post-biblical stuff. Oh, I'm praying demonic warfare, intercessory prayer, and prayer. And then we got the deacon prayer. Stop playing with me. But I'm talking about when I earnestly pray. Right. I'm asking God for something. Right. So now I'm asking God, I want to be a warrior. God, please quit letting them beat black people. God, please let them intimidate us. God, please look out for the poor black boy that got mission. Me. I'm talking about me. I'm talking about me. It's time out.
Can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
I wish you were sitting in front of me on yesterday because I talked about this on yesterday. Prayer is not a mechanism for controlling God.
Right.
We don't use prayer as if it's a lucky charm that we say to God, give. Prayer is our communication with God. And I won't make it a sermon. I'm going to be brief. It is us talking with our Father and building that relationship. We have reduced prayer to only need, wants, desires. If we utilize prayer for what it is, it's our communication. It is us talking with God, but then also God in turn will talk back to us. we will ask for less and receive more
Mhm.
when we get into relationship with God.
Right, right.
And so we're in, and I'll get back to my original statement where I said we use prayer as a crutch rather than a tool. It's a tool to help us commune with God. That's how we talk with God. The Bible says pray without ceasing means that we should always be praying, not just in crisis moments and when things are going bad. We should always be praying, but we should utilize prayer in our relationship with God the way our ancestors did.
Right.
They prayed in good times and bad times. They prayed for the little that they had. They prayed for even their enemies.
That's a tough one too.
Right. It's a tough one. And it comes with growth and maturity and development. But again, we're in this false sense of security nowadays. I got a nice house. I got cars. I got a little money in the bank.
Mhm.
I'm not dealing with the inner city struggles.
Mhm.
I'm not worried about that. I'm not concerned about that. The judge pointed it out very well. I can't be concerned about that because if I am, then my six-figure position may be in jeopardy.
Well, and I guess, like we were talking about, let's say I didn't work hard to get this 6 figure deal. Ain't nobody gave me nothing, right? Any job. I'm just grateful I got out of prison. I was able to get a job. I'm grateful for this job. Now I think the responsibility, or I have to learn what else comes with that, because somebody benevolent gave a 2 or 3 time felon,
Right.
or with a specific crime.
Right.
Somebody benevolent said, "Okay, we're gonna hire you."
Right.
We know people get in trouble. We're gonna give you a second chance, whatever the case may be. So now, along with talking about, I got to find out about voting. I got to find out, make sure this don't happen to the younger generation. I want to bring up something I was telling Tony. I was reading something yesterday where the for-profit prisons are suing the states now because their capacity is at 50%. The for-profit prisons went into agreement with the state. State said we will keep y'all at 80% capacity. Now they're down to 50%. So they're suing the states. So what's going to happen?
They're gonna put you in jail.
Right. The state ain't finna pay that money. So they gonna, these same petty crimes where it might got you a ticket or 10 days, now finna get you some years. So we have to know this information to be able to fight against this, fight against this injustice. Well, the first injustice is, why is you out there doing it in the first place? That's the first injustice.
Right.
I'm doing it to myself. So that's why, for me, I think education. I love to see the brothers going to prisons and all that, but we need to do the before.
Right.
We need to do the before.
Right.
And then for the brother, we say a made up mind and a well with behind. Right. You got that in prison, man. One time is all that. Now we need to work with these guys. We need to show them how to get the voting rights back. We need to show them how to get this, man.
Where did all that happen? Where did we get all that in the past?
Well, we got it from the church.
We got it from the church.
But now, and I think you can attest to this. Church is not the same it was.
It's not the same. But you know why it's not the same? You know why it's not the same? Because we're not the same.
Right.
We're not. We get success, and the old church is no longer good for us.
And along with that, and I know, Judge, you can.
And we want the influence of the pastor and the church,
Right.
but we don't want the church anymore.
No, none of us can tell the story our grandparents.
Right.
I'm not gonna ever go anywhere probably to be the only black there. Probably not. No matter where I go, in school, job, it's probably gonna be very rare. That you go somewhere and be the only black there. But our grandparents did. Right. So now we kind of stand on the shoulders of the black people, starting with the enslaved Africans,
Right.
And the indigenous black people that were here already, you know what I'm saying? So I think we just want to learn our history.
Learn our history, and it's well recognized that we should give something back. That we should pour into others, that we should invest in youth, that we should try to educate the community, that we should, if we have made it, and we truly made it, then we need to reach back and pull somebody else.
Absolutely.
Okay, Crystal.
Absolutely.
Every Wednesday, you're gonna get 10 little black girls. What you gonna teach?
Depending on the age, good touch and bad touch. I'm sure their parents already did that. Stranger danger. Um, it's never too early to start talking about drugs and alcohol. You know, they probably already have seen a beer or two sitting around at their house anyways. You know, but I remember when I was coming up, a kid drank some alcohol at a party at a y'all kids stay back there type of party. The kids in the back and the adults in the front, and he passed away. Alcohol poisoning, he passed away. So just knowing that, just educating kids on definitely good touch and bad touch, and just you know they might have took it out of school. Just say no to drugs. I know that was in school, although I missed it. You know, became an addict, but. That program and just you know, the drugs, you know. But yeah, teaching them about that, you know, especially with the young girls.
Judge, pastor, the 10 little black boys. They want to find out. Well, I want to be a judge. I want to be a pastor. What you gonna teach?
Well, what I'm currently teaching my grandson now at the University of St. Thomas up in Houston, and to be respectful, to put God first. No matter what you do, put God first. And my wife passed after 49 years of marriage. My wife passed in 2017, but I don't want to tell y'all this, y'all start crying, but you know, when you're a young black man, you think you know everything, and we first 5 years of our marriage, we lost 3 children, and when you start talking about prayer, that's the only way we made it. Yeah. Our communicating with God, why us? You know, we love our children. 3 children, it was tough. You know, so that's what I learned how powerful prayer is in terms of redeeming your soul. And we dealt with that. You know, you would think that you ask for God to deliver you from something, but we need to start looking at God delivering us through something. You know, and I tell people all the time, you grow through what you go through. You know, that's just spiritual growth. When you go through something, and try saying a prayer of thanksgiving. Don't ask God for nothing, but thank Him for everything. You know, bring you through the tough time. You know, the good times and the bad times. You know, just a prayer of thanksgiving. So I'm teaching my grandson, putting God first. He's a good academic student, but you didn't get that by yourself, Logan. God gave you the brain. You know, we so started with him young, and now he's in college, and so and I'm still working with him. And so that's what I teach our young black men, that there is a power that's greater than all of us combined. That power with God Almighty. So that's what I teach. That's what I teach in our home. That's what I teach my grandson. Good. And my daughter.
That's good. That's good. We share the same first 5 years of marriage. We lost 3 children during our first 5 years.
Wow.
And not something I talk about often because it's still a tender spot. But I would teach respect. In addition to what's already been said, I teach young men the importance and the significance of respect. Respect gives us boundaries. Right now, there's a lack of boundaries in our community. And I think if we teach respect for self, respect for others, respect for authority, respect for God, respect for our society, I think all of that adds up into a good formula. I mean, I had to learn that. My father passed when I was 16, and I had to learn the significance and the importance of respect. I'm thankful I didn't have to go to prison and I didn't go down a bad road. But I've been in church all my life, but that's not to say I haven't done wrong. I've done a whole lot of wrong, but I've had to learn respect and boundaries. And I'm a better man today because of that, because I've gone through those things.
Well, this is a very timely conversation because I have 2 kids that just went to college a couple of weeks ago, and we had an event at the house. It was a send-off party for both of my kids. My daughter will be 18 tomorrow in Alabama, all the way home from 12 hours almost from home, and our son is already 18. They're 18 for a month until he turns 19 next month. And so I wanted it to have. They thought they were having a party. I have parties all the time. I brought adults in. And I told them, invite your friends. They just thought it was going to be a party. I brought adults in to tell them what they could expect in this next season, to give them advice. I mean, all of them stand up. They stood up for about an hour in front of everybody and receive. Because I said, if you sit down, you're going to be on your phone. You're not going to receive this information. They all had to stand up and they were shifting. They was tired and all that. They couldn't stand. But they all, by the end of the event, I want to call it, all of them had questions. And they had all received that information. And some of the things that were said to them by other people and myself is some of the things that we've said here. Put God first. I just told it first. I mean, first and foremost, I think, I've told you before, I've done a whole lot of stuff. My thing is I never got caught. Right. And you know what? I say that all the time. I say, I just believe that the prayers of somebody, my grandmother's, my ancestors, somebody had prayed and said, you're going to have another little red-headed little girl that's going to come along. She's going to do a whole bunch of stuff, Lord. She's going to be okay in the end. Just keep your hands on her. Right. That's the way I have always felt, because there were times where I just left and everybody else got in trouble, or somebody got shot and killed, or, you know what I'm saying? It was always something. And I knew from an early time as a teenager, Lord, got his hand on me or something, saving me for something. And so I told those kids to pray and ask the Lord for what you are here for. What's the reason I'm here? What am I supposed to be doing? Yeah, I'm going to college. I'm gonna get a career. For what? Why is he putting you in that direction to have that career? What are you supposed to do with it that's supposed to help people? Right. What are you supposed to be doing? Because I think that is the question we all need to ask ourselves. Why am I here? What do I have in me that this person maybe struggles with, that I can help them with, and they have something in them that I struggle with that they can help me with, so that we can both be better and we can go out and help everybody else. And now when we all feel like we've helped one another, now what do? Now let's talk about finances, because I tell you, please protect your credit, because they're going to send you all these credit card applications and all this. Please protect your credit. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. Please protect your body. Please protect your body. Take that as you know what I'm saying? As you will. Boys and girls.
Yes.
Boys and girls. Please protect your mind. Don't be everywhere.
Right.
With everybody. Where they doing everything. And a lot of times we, as young people, we feel like, well, I'm not participating in it, or I'm not doing it. If you stay there long enough, you're going to participate in it.
Right.
You're going to participate in it.
See this play.
You know what I mean? And so I tell them that. Be involved in things that are wholesome, that are going to, and it's not going to feel as fun.
Right.
It's not going to feel as exciting. But when you finally get it, I guarantee you're going to be further along than you would have been if you had to keep getting knocked back and having to try to recover. So I really, and then of course I'm working with a group of my friends. I mean, my kids' friends right now. Some of them didn't get the chance to go a few weeks ago because ducks weren't in the row. Okay, sorry, let me help you. I sent them things. I helped them with financial aid. I helped them with, hey, fill out these applications. I'm still helping them. You go in the spring. I'm gonna help you go in the spring. So, like I said, what do you have in you? Well, I've been doing that since I was a kid. When I first learned, I was like, oh, they fill out this financial aid form. They do this. Okay, but now I do it responsibly. Don't go borrow their money.
Mhm.
Now take those grants, take them scholarships.
Mhm.
Don't go borrow that money because it's gonna follow you the rest of your life. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm educating them on things based on my mistakes.
Right.
Yes.
Based on my mistakes.
Yeah.
I want to make it easier for the next group. You don't have to make the same mistakes. I've
Yeah.
already made all the mistakes for everybody.
Yeah. I do that.
So let me show
Yeah, I do
let me show you how to avoid those
things.
things.
Yeah.
Right. But I want you to be successful. You can get to the success a lot quicker
Mhm.
if you can avoid it. And a lot of reasons, the reason a lot of people, it takes them a longer time because nobody told them.
Mhm.
Nobody showed them anything.
True.
And so my thing is show these kids how to do what they need to do to be successful in life, to
Yes.
be successful spiritually,
Yes.
to be successful, in being an advocate across the world. We need to be advocating for other people. And also just, I got through my voting and stuff, and I'm always telling them too, hey, you didn't go.
Right.
So I'm gonna need you, I'm gonna come pick you up
Mhm.
and take you up there to the library up the street.
I know you will.
Because y'all ain't doing nothing. And I'm gonna take you up there, you're gonna vote. You know what I mean? I'm gonna educate you on why this is important and
Right.
who is on the ballot. And so sharing whatever your particular expertise is, because we all have a different set of skills and expertise. Share that with those things.
I'll be 57 in November. And for 50 years, I didn't know what put God first meant.
Mhm.
I was raised in church.
Mhm.
Grandma and mama and Big Annie made sure church was next door to my grandma's house.
Mm.
Oh, sounded good. Yeah, put God first. But see, for so long, mercy was something I thought I deserved, and I used grace as a get out of jail free card. Right. So when I look at that, and then I look at, man, God, you let me go through all this horrors of addiction. I went to the penitentiary, man. I had to fight with my life. Lord, God, thank you. And now I sincerely mean it.
Mhm.
Thank you for sending me through that. So I don't want to use the word testimony. So I can be an example,
That's a testimony.
right? So I can be an example of what not to do.
Yeah.
I have no I put my face on a billboard if it's gonna help somebody.
Yeah.
It's gonna keep somebody out of prison, out of drugs, on the street.
Yeah.
Now, when I say if I'm gonna teach somebody something, it's what not to do.
Right.
Just don't do this.
Right.
Just don't pick up these alcohol and drugs.
Yeah.
Just don't do no crime.
Yeah.
Do something else. And then get around, and you were saying, right? I have to be around the same type of people.
Mhm.
I can't hang with people who drink.
Mhm.
I can't.
Right.
I don't care how many beers clean I get.
Right.
I can't.
Right.
Even when I go somewhere where alcohol is served, I still have to be on guard. I still have to be on guard, right? So with that, and it's the same thing when we say regular people,
Mhm.
right? So you're a realtor. You talk to other realtors. You got realtors. You ain't hanging with the club goers.
Mhm.
If they want to buy a house.
Right.
Now you just ain't out on the south side. You know what I'm saying? We have to be around those type of people.
Right.
I know you had another political question.
I do.
Mhm.
I want to know, based on all the stuff that we've said, well, can I ask two questions?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna ask two questions. Because I have to ask this one first to set it up. What types of cases, based on the things we've talked about, come before the JP court that would help the situations that we've discussed? So we talked about the jail, and we talked about the over charging, the over policing, and all those things. Do those misdemeanors, I think they're all misdemeanors that are seen in JP court, right? Do those count against your record? I mean, can that be used to set up the 3-strike law or whatever? I don't know all of the lingo. I guess where I'm going is, when you see a kid in a bad situation, perhaps they're unhoused or they got a bad home life or whatever, and they come in because they stole a Snicker bar, and Safeway wants to prosecute them because they stole a Snicker bar, whatever, and they want this conviction on the record. Where I'm going with this is, how can you use this position to, again, make sure that they understand the consequences of what they did, but also show them grace and mercy and set them up for success?
But just before the past answer, the JP court, those what you mentioned, those are criminal charges.
Mm-hmm.
They have juvenile department. They handle those cases.
Okay.
We handle Class C misdemeanor.
So could that be the 18-year-old that stole a Snicker?
Yeah, you better be 18, he's going to prison. He's not coming. That's not, I didn't care. I'm gonna put him in prison. But he's going.
But the charge could lead him to that.
Yeah. But I don't know about Collin County, but in Dallas, this governor that y'all have now is just tearing up the public school system. And so truancy, the point I'm getting to, if they have truancy in Collin County, get the rules and learn, you can help them. I know in Dallas, I mean, we saved a lot of families with that truancy court.
Okay.
Okay.
How? Tell me how.
Well, the kid come in and may have 23 or more unexcused absence. There's a fine and court cost that goes with that. And what I got to, I'm a judge, they can't do nothing to me, the commissioner's court. So what I would say to the parents, when you come back in 6 weeks and you have less than 3 unexcused absence, I'm going to dismiss your fine and court cost. Now, these are the same parents that couldn't do nothing with baby kids. But when I saw saying I'm going to dismiss the fine and court cost, that whole family changed around something positive. And it was thrilling to me. And during this last race here, where people come up, Pastor, say, "You helped me in the truancy court. You saved me money." I thought, "Oh my God, something paying off here." So you've got to deal with the parent. I don't care. You can only do so much with the children. You got to deal with that adult that's in the home. Y'all don't, let me tell you, when I grew up in Dallas, the worst part of Dallas, called Roosevelt Heights, where when a major rain would come, it would flood us out. Long story. But I come from a broken family. I call it a blended family because my daddy was not my biological father. My daddy, the law said my stepfather, but to me that was daddy. One thing my mother told us, I have a brother, and she said, "I don't have jailhouse money." I grew up with outlaws. I mean, we lived in that type of neighborhood. I grew up with outlaws, robbing people, killing people. Really, everybody. One family had about 8 boys. All of them went to the pen except one. But Mama would say, when they go to get in trouble, you have to excuse me. You better bring your black ass home. There's a lot I can tell y'all, but so finished Madison High School, went into the military, was coming home. One more, my mom hadn't seen, I'm her baby. My mom hadn't seen me in 6 months. And I'm walking down 2nd Avenue, and 2 o'clock in the morning, coming home from basic training, police stopped me. I got my Air Force uniform on, my duffel bag. They took me to jail. And I called my mother 2 o'clock in the morning. And she said, "Son, are you okay?" I said, "Yeah." "Well, where are you?" "I'm in jail." "What are you doing in jail?" I said, "I had some old tickets that they put me in jail." She said, "Do you remember?
Mhm.
Y'all were going up, and I told you I don't have jailhouse money." I said, "Yes, ma'am." Bam. My sister had to get me out of jail.
Yeah.
That's the type of parenting that we
Mhm.
need these days.
Yeah.
But we try to be friends
Yes.
with our children.
Yes.
You know, no, we love and respect our children,
Mhm.
but you can't be their friend.
Right, right.
Or enabler. The more you get them out of jail, the more they're gonna get going. That's it.
What about you, Pastor?
Well, I have to yield to my senior statesman here. He's doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wishing to
Mm-hmm.
do it. And so what I will say to that very briefly is that my approach is to be proactive
Mm-hmm.
and not reactive. I want to try to stamp out problems
Mm-hmm.
and not bring things into the court. If we can help families and help students before it gets to that level, that's what I want to do. I want to try to reach out to the schools, find out who are those potential truancy issues.
Mm-hmm.
How can we begin educating or redirecting those young people prior to getting them in the court system?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the court may not appreciate that, but I think society can appreciate that.
Yeah.
I think the family will be able to appreciate that. So that's what I'm looking to do. I want to make sure that I connect families with agencies and entities that can help them
Mm-hmm.
prior to issues develop.
I got some. So coming from a person who has received several misdemeanors back in her day, several misdemeanors. What I've learned though from that is to what Tanya first had asked is the one misdemeanor, it was a slap on the wrist. The second misdemeanor, it was a slap on the wrist. And by the third misdemeanor, because you didn't learn your lesson the first time, and then the punishment wasn't nothing. It was a $75 ticket, no time in jail. The second one was a $100 ticket, no time in jail.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I'm saying? And so for the people that's watching, that's out there in that life and that's doing misdemeanors, just know that the first one is gonna be a slap. It should wake you up.
Mm-hmm.
It should be something like when I go to court and the judge, when I went to court for the first misdemeanor, I would have loved for the judge to say, okay, I see the problem. And but they waited to the third one or the fourth one to want to give me some help. Clearly, I needed the help on the first one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
this ain't no just like it's a real misdemeanor, and it led to so much horrors out there continuing to make the same misdemeanor till it almost turned into a felony.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But it's 3 or more that'll turn into a felony. You saw me struggling in the first one. You know what I'm saying? You saw me going in danger in the first one. And by the second one, I was tore up from the floor up.
Right.
And then I come in on the third one. Now you want to put me in treatment. Now you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I needed help on that first one.
But that's why I think it's so important to have people who understand our struggles, our family dynamics, that understand that sometimes we need a lifeline. We need to be redirected. We need to be educated. Families need to be educated because there are some people that don't realize that you're only digging a deeper hole by continuing the behavior and the patterns that you're following. If we educate people, then maybe we can be a deterrent. And so I don't see anything wrong with the judge or someone from the court going out and having community meetings, talking to people before problems develop.
Like the DWI, the first DWI slap on the wrist. The second DWI, another slap on the wrist. They might try to get the breathing thing in your car. You know what I'm saying? By the third one, now they want to put you in treatment. They want to give you some jail time. If I'm driving drunk, which I had 4, you think I would have learned my lesson with the first one. You know what I'm saying? But they was just slap on the wrist.
Okay, what's your
My other question is, I said I had to set it up with that. My other question is, still kind of the same thing. What will you do and you can even answer this too, Judge Jones, going into your new administration, but Pastor Barry, what will you do? What do you vow to do once you are elected? Because you will be elected. We know that. Yes. Prayerfully, we know, we don't want to get hit out. Prayerfully, you will be elected. What do you vow to the community to do, to be, to provide as a resource, so that they will, feel very confident in placing you in this position?
I love that question. First and foremost, I'm going to put people 1st.
Mhm.
I'm going to make sure that I establish relationships with people, that I establish relationships with organizations and institutions that can help people. I'm going to make sure that I put programs in place that will pour into communities, that will be a help and a resource for people. I want to put people first. I want to make sure that people feel valued.
Mhm.
I want to show my heart and my compassion. I want to show that I am a leader that is concerned about where the community is.
Mhm.
I don't want to wait until people come and they're standing before the bench.
Mm.
And then I try to educate them on what they should not have done.
Mhm.
I want to be out in the community. I want to be out in the schools, as I've done as a pastor. I want to do some of those same things as a judge, and do more in the community than just behind the bench. I want to help the community. I honestly want to help people. I'm at that stage in life that I want to help people. I don't think I'm old, but I'm getting there real fast. So I want to give back. I want to help people. I want to be a deterrent to those children, those young people, those young men, those young women. I want to help families. I know struggles. I've been there. I've been there. I've been homeless, but I've been close.
Mhm.
So I know how they.
And
So I
one
want.
hot check away from it for me.
Yes.
But-
Yes. So I understand.
Yeah.
So I want to lead that way. And I'll say this in conclusion, that I said the other day, and I continue to say, I can't change the law.
Mhm.
The law is the law,
Mhm.
but you can pronounce judgments and lead with compassion.
Mhm.
And so even if the law has to be upheld, it doesn't mean that we can't love a person and help a person on the backside of that.
Mhm.
Doesn't mean that we cannot offer them some assistance. That, okay, if you haven't been able to pay your rent and you can't pay your rent and you've got to move,
Mhm.
how about we help you get somewhere to go?
Right.
How about we help you get back on your feet? How about we help you with employment? How about we help you get a resume or do some training so that you understand what the interviewing process is?
Job
Or
readiness.
teach parents, young parents, how to be parents,
Mhm.
so that it won't be a problem. So again, I want to be proactive and not reactive.
I like that.
But you hit up on some very good points there, and that's what we do.
Mhm,
Judge Nash and I, in precinct 1,
mhm,
we have. I am elected to do a job.
mhm.
If I don't do that job, it's going to make it easier for you to come in and run against me
Mhm.
and get the position and still do nothing.
Right.
So what we have done, we have fashioned in our court, we have a list of those agencies that if they have the fund,
Mhm.
they will assist you with your rent.
Okay.
But you got to be careful in my community. I call it Pookie them.
Mhm.
Pookie knows the system.
Yeah.
Pookie them. I mean,
Mhm.
they know the system. how
They
to
can
take
know it
advantage-
Mhm.
how to
Right.
take advantage of it. Yeah.
Mhm.
And so, but we have some agencies. Harmony is one.
Mhm.
We were blessed, Pastor, maybe 2 or 3 months ago, a friend of mine, somebody that don't look like us,
Mhm.
gave us $25,000,
Mhm.
and I gave it to Concord Baptist Church.
Mm.
They administer the Harmony program that assists
Mm.
people with their rent.
Mhm.
You have people coming in, haven't paid rent. Had one last week, $18,000 in the whole,
Mhm.
18 $18,000, not $1,800,
Wow.
$18,000. So what do you do with people like that?
Mhm.
You know, you still handle them. You know, justice has to be carried out,
Mhm.
but you temper. And one of my things, temper justice with mercy,
Mhm.
and that's what we do with those families. Although Rule, I say I have a job to do, I said, but I got a list of agencies over there. We give them to you free.
Mhm.
You know, let the bailiff give you a copy, and the clerk give you one, and we'll do the best we can to help you.
Mhm.
Yeah, y'all won't believe this, but this is true. We had one. The rent was $25 a month.
Mm.
$25 per month. The young lady, and I have a daughter. The young lady, I guess she loved this guy so much. He sat back in the background while she came up to the bench and got a thrashing, you know, but that baby is dependent upon you. Point I'm getting to is when she got ready to leave the courtroom, who got up and followed that behind?
Mm.
That sorry joker.
And that's the issue. And we, Crystal, you were saying at the time you said we talking about the slap on Rick or the first time. And I guess for me it goes back to what is on each individual, because we don't have a problem with right and wrong. Right? We just don't know where right is going to get us.
Right.
When we young, and wrong is feel good. Right? See, doing right has to make sense to me.
Mhm.
It has to. If doing right don't make sense to me, I'm not gonna do it.
Right.
Right? I mean, that's just what it is, right? So the first time, Richard, you went to prison, the first time, it seemed like going down there half butt naked, getting down there butt naked, standing with 50 other guys butt naked in the cold. It was cold, barefoot. Seemed like but it wasn't. Because doing right didn't make sense to me. It just didn't make sense. Doing wrong made more sense because I could blame the system. I could blame them. Man, that's my money sitting in these stores. I gotta go steal it because it's my money, right?
Tied up in the
So I think that's it. No matter what we do, I mean, just as simple as the speed limit say 60. Why are you going 65?
Shit, why you going 90?
Right. but because, right, for two reasons. It ain't for two reasons. I think I can get away with it.
Right.
Or I can control it.
Right.
That's it. I can control the situation or I can get away with it. Those are the only two reasons. Right.
So there has to be a mindset shift.
Right.
It sounds like
Right.
what you're saying, right?
Right.
So maybe
Right.
in this position, is there some kind of way to put those people in programs that, you know what I'm saying?
The first time they get in trouble.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not
Right.
the third
Something
time.
that helps them reprogram
Mhm.
Right.
and understand that, you're going to get caught up real bad.
And I say that because me and Chris, we bought a program.
Mhm.
People been doing drugs 20 years.
Mhm.
And coming right in there and tell you, why ain't a drug yet?
Mhm. They haven't accepted. Yeah.
That will tell you that.
Mhm.
All the evidence, their whole life is the evidence, right?
No.
Ain't no drug yet.
Like they last
I just drink a little alcohol.
Yeah.
And then I go get me some drugs. Okay. So I get it. I wish,
Mhm.
but that wasn't the thing, that wishing wasn't the thing, now having God my understanding, saying, what do you God said now. He still said now. He said to me now, Richie, you ain't got the last say. I got the last say.
Mhm.
You just do the work, leave the outcome to me. Right? And sometimes,
Try to best in there.
I gotta get there, God, let me help you.
Right.
Move a little too slow for me. I need to go on and get this done.
Right.
And then, since I'm not being
Then you
humble,
get flat.
Yeah.
Right.
since I'm not being humble, get humiliated.
Yeah.
Right. But what I don't do, I don't retreat to the bottom.
Yeah.
Right. And that's my thing.
Yeah.
I can't do it And the Bible, no, no, it don't. Me, I'm just talking about me.
I got
Talking
you.
about me. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You know, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I think that's the part we as a people
Mhm,
have to get away from.
mhm.
And I'm not talking about lose our religion or change. I'm not talking about that. I can't retreat to, oh, this happened. Well, the Bible say,
Yeah,
no, I can't retreat to that.
Yeah.
I can't retreat. Not that I don't believe in God or God is going to work in our favor,
right.
but
Let's not use that as a crutch.
yeah, that part, I guess is what I'm saying. All right, y'all, we're going to get out of here. We're going to do hope shots and shout out. And Pastor, if you want to tell us the name of your church, your service times and all that. We're going to start with Crystal. She's going to show us how it's done.
All right, and my hope shot is that something was said on this panel tonight that could help you in some kind of way, any kind of way that you may need some help, you know. Like Richard said, I like to use me as an example, you know. And it's funny because, you know, I was sitting out here thinking while y'all was talking, and I know it's probably a little bit off topic, and I apologize. But since I've been clean, right, the 7 years I've been clean, I ain't got pulled over. I have not went to jail. I ain't went in no stores stealing nothing. You know, like, and the only time I did go to jail, like, I haven't had much clean time since 21, other than these 7 years,
Mhm.
right? So since 21, I've been messing up. And the first time I went to jail was because of addiction. The second time I went to jail was because of addiction. I don't think I was ever supposed to go to jail because I ain't been in jail in 7 years. I just don't think jail was ever even for me, you know. So I don't know. I was just sitting there thinking, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was definitely the under the influence of drugs and alcohol and the choices and decisions that I chose to make. You know, because with a mind clean, my sober-minded person, I don't want to break the law.
Right.
I don't want to steal. I don't want to rob. You know, I just thought I'd just put that out there. So if that helps you, you don't have to do it. You know, whatever it is that you're going through, I hope I could be that beacon of light for you, and I hope that you can use me as an example. And if you ever need to reach out to me, my name is Miss Crystal Block on all social media platforms. Well, Crystal Wiles on Facebook. You can definitely DM me. I get a lot of DMs from people telling me, how did I get clean? Where did I get clean at? How did I get my high school diploma? Reach out to me. If you want to be a part of what we do up here, reach out to me.
Who shout out to?
I'm going to shout out to myself because I'm going to tell you why. Because I just got a new book, and it's called Day and Dream Affirmation Crossword Puzzle. So if you're a crossword puzzle people, I'm not a crossword person, but if you are, hit me up. I'll send you the link.
I'm just glad you cleared that up. I thought you would make the fish to go back.
What you want me to do with you?
I don't know if you can go back.
I don't want to go back.
I guess I give a shout out to the pastor here, listening to him and his aspiration for being a judge at the JP court level. And I do believe in the power of prayer.
Yes.
And so we'll be lifting you up in our prayer.
Mhm.
And right now, I'm convinced that you will prevail.
Thank you.
That God has work for you to do. And this is the position for it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Now God's not going to give it to us.
Yes.
Yes. When the children of Israel went over into the promised land, they thought that was it. He said, "No, you got to conquer the land.
Yes.
And I'm giving it to you. Now you got to conquer it. You got to work for it."
That's a word.
Mhm.
That's a word.
Who shouting out to? Julie?
That was a shout out. What's your hope shot?
Oh, yeah. What's
I'm going to give the people some hope about.
Yeah.
Okay.
The shout out I would give: have faith and belief and trust in prayer
Mhm.
and the power of God,
Mhm.
and He will deliver.
Mhm.
The Williams brothers said on time.
So your hope shot?
Well, let me thank you all. First of all, thank you for allowing me to be here. I'm thankful for sitting next to this sage wisdom.
I'm gonna say these two. But
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna say.
He's a comedian. He don't get.
Yeah.
He don't throw a joke in there.
He has a way. He has a way.
Mhm.
that he slips it in on you.
Yeah,
He'll get it in on you. But I'm so thankful to have the opportunity to sit next to him and to glean from his wisdom and knowledge. And so I'm thankful for that. I want to say to those that are watching or listening that God has better in store for all of us.
Mhm.
For all of us. And it's just a matter of us determining what that better is really all about. We have to recognize that even when we go through things, nothing happens in our lives that God hasn't already equipped us or prepared us to handle. We may not be ready for it, but he's already equipped us, prepared us to handle it.
Mhm.
All we have to do is trust him, believe him, and follow the plan
Right.
that he has before us.
We want to shout out to
I want to give a shout out to my new hero,
you.
my new mentor here, who's going to not only today direct me, but once we win in November, he'll be the person that I'll be leaning on
Mhm.
for wisdom and knowledge and insight. And so I have to return the favor and give a shout out to my judge here.
Okay. Let me help you
Yeah,
out.
please.
Can you tell me you married?
I am married.
Okay.
And it's
Oh,
fine.
yeah.
My family.
Okay.
Shout out to her.
We didn't got that true.
She may not see it. She won't see it.
Well, I love his wife. And so she's beautiful. And
Thank you.
yeah, she's beautiful.
Thank
You know, I talked about Proverbs 31 this morning. 31 woman, she is.
Yes, she is.
She is just as sweet as she can be and strong. You know, people think you sweet, you gotta be meek. You
Yes.
know, we gotta be strong to
Yes.
Proverbs 31 woman.
She's very strong.
She is very, very strong. So
Very.
I know I'm gonna shout out. Right. I'm gonna do another one. That's
Okay.
another shout out. My hope shot is that, like Crystal said, something was said today. I'm gonna take a little further. That lights a fire
Yes.
in people.
Mhm.
That lights a fire in people, and that helps them to understand that all of the things that we've talked about
Mhm.
are in the hands of either people who have good intentions for the community or people that don't want to pay that fee
Mhm.
that the state is charging for
Mhm.
not keeping the prisons full.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Those are your two groups of judges
Mhm.
out there.
Mhm.
And my hope is that you will be smart with your vote,
Yes.
that you will be smart enough to vote, that you will drown out the noise that
Yes.
says, like the people said, my vote doesn't matter. People gonna do what they want to do.
Mhm.
If your vote didn't matter, they wouldn't be dismantling the Voting Rights Act. If your vote
Right.
didn't matter,
Right.
they wouldn't be threatening to send ICE. What does ICE have to do with voting?
Right.
To the voting locations. If your vote didn't matter, they wouldn't be on a propaganda campaign
Right.
to tell you something that is simply not, that you could do one Google search and see it's not true. If your vote didn't matter, they would be going after so much. Your vote matters.
Mhm.
And so I hope there's something that's said that encourages people to do a little bit more research, to drown out that noise. And I'm gonna do like Crystal did. I'm gonna put my information out there and say, if you have questions, no matter where you are, if you're in Texas, I probably have a contact for you somewhere, and one of the people in Texas. But even if you're outside of Texas, if you have some questions, I can connect you with somebody. I know I can find somebody that can answer the question. So you can, if you're seeing this on Facebook, I'm at Tanya Babers Dangerfield. If you're seeing it on TikTok, it's Tanya Dangerfield. If it's on YouTube, it's Tanya Dangerfield as well. Reach out to me. I'm going to do everything I can to help you. And anyway, even if you want to talk about something else. So, let me say that because I had some crazy. I'm married.
Yeah.
Right? To a real big guy. So, yeah, I received some crazy stuff lately. Look at this.
Yeah.
Right.
We just laughing.
Baby, look at this.
Look at this. My shout out is to everybody that's doing the work, whatever the work is.
Mhm.
I want to shout out to Rich for
Yes.
doing the work,
Yes.
for providing this platform, but also for being active in the other work that you're doing. That's valuable. And to Crystal,
Mhm.
that's valuable work. helping people through their recovery. I mean, there's,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying? There's nothing more important.
Mhm.
That's life changing.
Yeah.
Because if you're changing that person's life and their situation, you're changing their kids' life and their grandkids.
Everybody around.
Everybody around. So I want to shout out to you for that.
Thank you.
Yes, sincerely. And then I want to thank the judge, Judge Jones, who's already, you said 38 years you've been in this?
34.
34 years,
Married 49.
who's been on the bench for 34 years in our community. I'm from Dallas also. I grew up in Lancaster. That's in our community that is making a difference.
Mhm.
I want to thank you for doing that and even for continuing to do it, because I know you see a bunch of bookies and I know sometimes that probably gets draining, but thank you for not giving up.
Oh, no.
Yeah, thank you for not giving up and staying there. And then I want to thank, I want to give a shout out to my colleague. Pastor Barrett is my colleague in the work that we're doing in Collin County. He is dedicated to this work. I am so proud of him. I just want to tell you that I'm so proud of you coming back. He gonna tell you I bugged him for a little while. I bugged him. And thank you so much for answering the call. And again, I can't wait to see you on that bench, and I'll help you in any way I can before and after.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Right. I'm sure I done, Pastor. I want to give a shout out to my beautiful wife, Alice.
Hey.
I want to say, you know, they putting the Bible in schools. Well, it ain't working in the churches.
They put them in school. I
Yeah.
thought they took them out.
It ain't working in the churches. And we have people qualified in the churches. So what is the Bible gonna do in school?
Yeah.
Right. And
It's a distraction.
I'm not.
Put them in social
That was my whole. That was my
It's a
whole point.
distraction.
That's my whole point. They put the distractions out there,
Right.
to get us distracted,
Right.
just like the white kids at Penn State, right? Oh, why they didn't do this? Why they ain't got no mug shot? Why they ain't a Rico thing? A distraction,
Right.
That's a distraction. Let them worry about them.
Mhm.
We need to worry about the stuff we need to be worried about, right? Like what's going on in the state of Texas,
Yes.
with black people, right, and with brown people, right, and the white people who are our friends on our side,
Yes.
yeah, them too.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people, even people that look like us, ain't on our side.
Yes.
For some reason,
Yeah.
God only knows why, they thinking just like them people.
Right.
I haven't got on the soapbox. I'm gonna say this and shut up. Quit calling that man President Trump. Call him what he is. A child molester, an adulterer, a rapist, a crook, a draft dodger. You know, we sit up here and let this man say all this, but we need to start saying something back too.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's what this platform is about. Look here, I say that all the time. I ain't scared of nothing.
Right.
I don't have to have a meeting with nobody to put nothing on this channel. So we want to put something on this channel, we can put something on this channel. Right. Why I talking about? She all right. Yeah, man. But I run things. Okay. Go ahead.
Get in trouble. He's a magician.
Man, I can't be right out this video.
That'll get me in trouble.
But my hope shot, and I want to thank you, Pastor.
Yes, sir.
And Judge John, I'm gonna tell you something that I tell a lot of the guys in the fellowship in the 70s, late 70s, 80s. If God allowed me to make that far, I want to look good just like that. But man, you look good for everyone.
Can I come back next week?
You gotta pay that fine though about that phone. You gonna pay everything too. But that's my hope shot. It's a lot of hope.
Yeah.
And I think we can get so concerned with the hopelessness that we see, we forget about the hope. And me being, when I say this, y'all, being the addict that I am,
Yeah.
and I want people to really understand that we're gonna do a show on recovery.
Yeah.
It's not the drugs
Mm-mm.
that make people addicts.
Mhm.
It's when I take it
Right.
How
that
I
makes
change.
me, that makes me
Yeah.
addict.
Right.
Yeah.
The drugs fine over there.
Right.
I can't put it in my body.
Yes.
Right. Because I'm going to start obsessing, I'm going to start compulsing.
Yeah.
Right. And then
But
I'm
it
off
goes
to
to my
the races.
frontal.
Then you're going to see selfish, self-centered, self-obsessed,
Membrane. Yeah.
rich. And that's a problem. As a human being,
Yeah.
you have as human.
Yeah, it rewires our brain.
The disease of addiction,
Completely.
get in there and tear it up even more.
Yeah.
So I don't want nobody to think I don't love God. I do
Yeah.
love God.
Yeah.
Just miss me with religion.
Yeah.
I just want everybody to know that. I do love God. Just miss me with because Pastor, you don't know. I got we got apostles and bishops and all that. We're gonna get you back here when they all get. I tell them the same thing. Come here to church.
He's a debate. He should be in the debate team. He loves to debate.
So we definitely want you back.
Thank you.
Definitely want you back. Hope we can get Darcel,
Mhm.
because I follow her on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I follow her on Facebook. And we
Yeah.
got some other people in the political realm on here. We're gonna get Judge Nash back and Constable Tracy back
Good.
all the time. And you let her know, don't wear that uniform up here. She put her cute pictures on Facebook. She always wearing the uniform. Yeah. So we're gonna get out of here, y'all. Say next week. Come on.
Because I had a dinner date,
Mhm.
and if I don't shout out to Michelle, I'm gonna be in serious.
Yeah.
Oh, you better tell him. Look at the camera.
Hey, Michelle.
Say, y'all, we got a big announcement.
He's so funny.
I'm almost certain we're gonna have a big announcement next Monday. You're gonna see a lot of New Well Life partners up in here. You're gonna see a lot of New Well Life supporters in here because we're gonna have a big announcement. I want y'all back.
Right.
We got a big announcement next week. Everything should be getting finalized, man. It's gonna be a big announcement. Want to thank all our friends, family, supporters. We just couldn't do it without everybody. Everybody matters.
Yes.
Everybody matters. Everybody. I didn't get here by myself.
Amen.
I didn't get here by myself. So I'm just grateful. Say we will be back next Monday with Bragg. It's Apostle Dr. Brandy Piper and her show will be here next Monday at 6. Then we'll be here. Everybody's invited. We're at 7 o'clock for my show, New Well Life TV and Talk Radio. A big old panel. We're gonna have some food and stuff and all of that. And cause Alice out, so we'll be here for all that. Yeah, right. That's right. Yeah, you don't know some work like you all. And so we will see y'all next week. Y'all know how I do it. This Big Rich. Peace.
Bye.